The college football experience, week 11 pregame show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. So do that, and remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Cartman. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Week 11 pregame show. Hey, I just woke up. I literally rolled out of bed here, man. We got done doing college basketball at, I think when I was able to get in the bed was around 5:30. Maybe 5:45, and just set the alarm for 10:45. Alarm goes off. I say what's up to White Tiger. I come in here. I talk about the Yale Bulldogs football team. YouTube.com/the college experience. I know I look like I look interesting right now. I look like someone that might actually be able to carry it too. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Don D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
The amount of sport on today, it's going to be hard to handle, especially on 3.5 hours of sleep.
I was gonna say, did it hurt your soul to set your alarm when you were laying down last night?
It did. Well, I just thought, fuck, man. We went late. I got November and December are always these months. And I visualized my wife yelling at me.
I need some of that fucking Morgantown magic powder that Mac allegedly uses.
Yeah, that magic shed powder there. I am joined by co-host and producer on the college basketball and college football experience. You've heard him on the Big 12 college experience, formerly of the Big 12. All right, that was the garage band before this happened. Give it up for the great Troy Tuning. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I might have sold you drugs in high school. You never know. When I was, under 18, you can't get really implicated for everything. So if you're not 18 yet, sell drugs. You won't get in trouble for it as much as you would over 18. Let's just say that.
That's true. That's a good way to make money. Now, I would say stick to your friends. You can still be profitable.
Possibly.
You can still be profitable when you go off the reservations, where it gets a little interesting. But life, sometimes you get bored. You're like, God damn it, I hate going over to Tommy's house. Every time he gives me money, you start talking fucking nonsense for 2 hours. I start getting high with him. You know what I mean? And then there's never any pussy at his house, and you want to take a chance, go on the outside of this. Shout out to Nick giving us $20. Look at live at work. Thank you, Kobe and Troy, for all that you do. Nick's a fucking great guy, man. The amount of money that's come through over the past couple of days has me thinking about opening up a sports book in Cambodia. But
we can give our own lines, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I feel like we can cook the books over there.
Fucking Mac under 20 seconds. Sunglasses appear on the recap show tonight for basketball. That's a lock. What other? We'll take action on what else? The dude that was commenting on the show last night that couldn't spell one comment right, we'll go over 100 typos on tonight's show for sure. That's one we'll take action on everything.
I always feel like that's someone from a different country.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's
like
gotta
where
be.
they're just trying. Like
if it's not, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it was like Joey Lobs the other night. Maybe he just ate 6 mushroom chocolates. Look, I've been there.
Yeah, I love mushrooms. It's one thing I miss about now that I'm this old and having responsibility for a child. It's unfortunate that I can't dabble as much as I would prefer to. Big fan of mushrooms, actually. Mushrooms, actually, I think can cure the planet. All right.
For sure. Just take them in capsule form and don't take fucking 12 grams of mushrooms. Take a nice little microdose and go walk around the golf course for 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
You'll have a great time.
That's what I'm saying. Hopefully no one else is golfing. But 9 a.m. Western, Pacific, noon Eastern. Buddy, the TV slate.
Stacked.
Yes. The big one. We got a big one being played at the Big Tortilla in Lubbock, where BYU is at Texas Tech. This will be on my main screen. This line has shot up to 12.5. And shout out to
Gonna say we just got 13,000 pesos and or $20.
How do I pronounce Statal Rula Wi-Fi? Appreciate you. $20 Buenos dias. I'm sorry. I can't. So early in the morning. A&M loses today, right? Remember the Auburn game last year? I don't think so, but I appreciate your donation. We will get to that because I'm actually on A&M. BYU Texas Tech. This line's gone up 2 points. I hear your dog, and that means you're taking BYU. I am taking. What the question is this: when would you buy in on Texas, or when would you flip Texas Tech? So I have Texas. I have a ticket for Texas Tech minus 10.5. I was thinking about this. When would be the point that I would? When would be the point that I would take the opposing side of this? I was thinking 13.
I was gonna say I think it's right now 12.5.
Well, I just don't know if 12.5 is such a key number. I was thinking 13 is when I would probably go in on the Cougs.
But the
yeah,
I think Texas Tech might win this game by more than 13 points, though.
Yeah,
I would be okay
saying,
still laying 13, 14.
Ticket. I wouldn't buy the ticket on BYU, but I wouldn't be betting on Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Is my point. Yeah. Yeah, that game's fast. I think Texas Tech gonna fuck them up personally. Shout out to the great Daquan, the great. No, we will talk Indiana in a second. And my guy, Math Wizard Shoe. Look, I'll be honest. On a quick little morning slate, we get 500. This show's over.
Yeah, $420 actually.
$420. We get $500.
We're out.
Yeah,
we'll take it straight to the window and put it on whatever the chat votes to.
100% on a quick morning show, pregame show. Doesn't take much for us to quit the show. But very grateful for the other night when I stated that, and then a shit ton of money came rolling in.
Fuck, if someone Uber Eats me a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, I'll log off right now.
At the same very time, we have Georgia at Mississippi State. This line has also gone up, man. This was at when we did it, I think on Wednesday, was at 7.5. I think it is now sitting there at 9.5 or 10. That is a little surprising. I'm still on I mean, I didn't bet this, but I'm saying I'm going to take Mississippi State in the points. When's the last time Georgia played in Stark Vegas? I mean, and when's the last time Stark Vegas had a little bit of a pulse? They have a pulse, I feel like, even though I know they're not amazing. They blew that 17-point lead, but they are a team that's 5-4 currently, looking for a bowl game. So there's a reason for hunger, saying, hey, we can defy the odds. They've already cashed their win total over, make a bowl game. Georgia just hasn't impressed me as far as like, they don't look like the number 5 ranking, I would say, is very generous. I
agree. I don't think they're bad by any means, but 5 seems slightly inflated.
Well, and the logic of like, well, they're blaming UVA for winning all these close games. It's like, well, Georgia's doing the same fucking thing. Like, I get it. UVA does look counterfeit. I think it's fair to assess that, but so does Georgia. I mean, unless you're just strictly ranking off of the past 5 years, which clearly they are. But I'm going to take Mississippi State in the points. What are you doing here?
At 9.5, I was going to say you're definitely taking Mississippi State in the points, right? This one scares me. I'm not really on anything because I have PTSD from Blake Shapen as a Baylor fan, but there's already been a few games this year where he doesn't look anywhere near like the Blake Shapen at Baylor. You'll see, a couple of plays he slips back into it, but he seems to have a better control on, not trying to overextend himself and do way too much. This one feels like Mississippi State could be live, to be honest. That could just be me buying into the hype of all the fans, but they definitely have some juice down in Stark Vegas.
Well, the SEC did I don't know who appoints this. I would assume the television people, but if this was a night game, I would feel very confident about Mississippi State. The fact it's a noon kick, I think it works to Georgia's favor.
You know who they're helping out. Even Brian knows who they're helping out over there.
Brian Sanders is the fucking man.
Number one Georgia fan.
And then we saw someone else. How about Sack Patrol? This guy's out. He's in Arizona.
Hell yeah.
He's in Arizona.
Sack Patrol, apply online for the free TCE golf lesson.
Eating pieces of shit for breakfast. All right. Great gift someone sent me. Shout out to you guys. So look, we got that going on at the same time, right? You got BYU, Texas Tech. You got Georgia, Southern Miss, Indiana, Penn State. Daquan was just asking about this. Shout out to the great Daquan. Indiana laying 13.5. I know Moneyline Mac has locked up Penn State and the first half money line. I kind of like the first half money line. But for the full game, I mean, I didn't bet this thing. I think I'll jump in on the first half money line though. Signetti could, like, in the fourth quarter, if this is a 3-point game, Signetti's going to try to make this a 17-point game. So, I mean, I'm not taking a side in this, but I am very fascinated in watching this to see if Penn State can get up for this one. What are you doing here?
Lay it with Signetti. Don't question yourself and just go through the season, and you'll probably end up slightly up. Signetti does like to make up for it. Again, if it was, an analytical pick here, I think the spot is okay for Penn State, but 9-0 Indiana. What's their ATS record, Colby? Do you have that?
I don't in front of me right now. But Indiana, this is our next game, by the way. But Indiana, I want to say they've covered every game against except Old Dominion, right?
Yeah, I think they're pretty close.
Iowa and Old Dominion, actually. So two games.
So 8-2. Yeah, I'm okay just laying that and living with the mathematics of I think Signetti likes punking dudes. So we'll roll with that.
Yeah, and at the same time as that game, personally, my favorite game of the season, we have the JFK Bowl going on in Chestnut Hill. Ask not what you can do for your countrymen, but what you can do for college football. I mean, this rivalry game is it's heated. It's everything what the sport. This is clearly what the ACC saw when they said we can add SMU and have the JFK Bowl every fucking year. Which so far, I look. I know they didn't make them a permanent rival or whatever, but I'm saying like this one needs to be played every year because we got to have something that matters here. And JFK, very responsible for the structure of football in this country. If people wonder why the NFL does not play on Friday or Saturday, look no further than John F. Kennedy there, and also the thing they're trying to abolish right now. What the fuck was that called? The Television Rights Act, some shit like that.
Yeah, the TV Rights Act.
Yeah. So JFK, and also right before he got blown away there in Dallas, the day before he was giving a speech at the University of Rice at their football stadium, the Rice Bowl, where he made a great reference to JFK. He actually got college football. He was saying, why does Texas play Rice? And he says that in that speech to imply that they should play no matter, like he's basically implying that they should play every year because the two institutions are very far off as far as like one was gigantic, the other was a private school, but they should still play every year. So we have the JFK Bowl in Chestnut Hill. I love this game. It was a bowl game the year before. See, this was this was written, Troy. It was a bowl game the year before they joined the ACC. So this goes back to the 80s. SMU is laying 10.5 in BC. So I'm on BC, and this is a money line play for me. I'm locking this fucking thing up. I think it's a sleepy game. It's cold. Let's go.
This is also an old zigzag spot here. Everybody missed SMU last week. Now they're trying to get in on SMU. They're already behind the 8-ball. Train already left the station. Red bandana train's coming back at you. I think you could be very, very correct on this live money line play. It's the classic 0-5 in the ACC, but we've had this red bandana game scheduled, and we know that we haven't been that great this year. But man, we've been looking forward to this one. I like BC here too.
Folks, I know you're saying LBJ had him killed. I would encourage to go down the, I believe it was Lamar Hunt route. If you haven't checked out that conspiracy, the Kansas City Chiefs may be directly tied to the JFK assassination.
Yo, I had one that I didn't bring up because we were doing basketball last night, but the whole Saudi Arabia State thing has legs, Colby, but it's the entire ACC.
Well, but Florida State was the first one.
Yeah, but they air live golf on the CW, and now they air ACC football on the CW. So we have a very clear intermediate hand shifting of, we're not getting it straight from Saudi Arabia now. They give it to CW. CW gives it to us.
Yeah,
problem solved.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, the Saudis just coming in and owning college football. Perfect. But you're right. That's the Saudi network, and it's still better than ESPN.
Somehow, right? Still better than ESPN.
Yeah. So I actually think this is a money line play. I think like this. I'm kind of fascinated by watching this. Yeah, you see how bad Jennings was in the cold at Penn State last year. And remember, you saw Bill O'Brien yelling at everybody this past week in the presser. He's getting his team ready. He says, we're building something special here. And it starts with winning the JFK Bowl, which they only lost by 10 last year in Dallas, at the scene of the crime. So another one the chat's talking about, Temple and Army. I'm very, me, Temple has been my squad this year, with the exception of the East Carolina game, which actually I don't mind losing that one. Temple's getting 6.5 at Army. I think the wrong team is favored. I think Temple is in a better spot here. I'm taking the money line. I think Temple's been a better football team this year, to tell you the truth. So I am taking the Temple Owls plus 6.5. Take that to cover your ass, because it could be a field goal game. And the 6 does matter because say it goes to overtime or something in this game, which I think is on the table. You might not need to kick the extra point, or Army's kicking game, the Service Academy kicking game, always trash. So they could miss an extra point. 6.5 to cover your ass, plus 210 money line. Let's ride. What are you doing here, buddy?
I kind of like this one from Logan the Great. Temple, Iowa, BC money line, and then round robin it. That feels like that could be a, you eat ramen instead of pizza for lunch, and then before you know it, you're at Peter Luger's for dinner.
Let's go. 100%. I like that, dude. The one you're at the sweat most is the BC one. I think the other two are actually going to happen, but the BC one, I think I like all this. I know Nick's in the chat saying BC, Temple, Colorado State. I think and then no disrespect, Nick, I think I prefer the other one, just because Colorado State has looked so bad this year that I just don't have confidence. I'm still going to take a shot on Colorado State, but they've looked so bad that I don't know that I can fully get behind them as far as like if you're comparing the parlays. I think the other parlay is much more likely. I know Boston College has looked terrible, but they've been in some of these games. They should have won at Michigan State. They should have won. You know, they've been in these games. What was it? I don't want to say they should have won against Louisville, but they were in that game much more than people thought. Yeah, Caleb in the chat saying, "Can we please get a better site for picks?" And so, you know what? They introduced a new software for their shits about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. It has been a little rocky, but hopefully they get better as it goes along. Because I've had a long dialogue with them. I'll put it like that. Because they not only have they had it like that, they've actually gotten some of my picks wrong. One of the days on a Saturday. So you submit all your picks on Friday, and it I don't know what it was about their thing where it was basically having me take the opposing team on almost every game. I was like, what? It's like I didn't take it. It was like shut all the picks down, shut them all down. But we're working on it, man. They introduced that new software, so I will definitely continue to tell them your thoughts. Also at noon is JMU Marshall in a game that I think is a little bit tricky. JMU, I know you know this, Troy, but JMU App State's kind of developed into a rivalry, and that is on deck. They've stormed the field multiple times, I feel like, in that series. That game is on deck. It's in Harrisonburg. And I believe App State, I think NC Nick was at this game where App State ruined the Signetti perfect season in Harrisonburg a couple years back. That's on deck, which is why I kind of think Marshall. I know Marshall's not great, but they've gotten better with Tony Gibson each and every week. I know they lost last week, but they're ahead of schedule by far to me this season. They're 4-4, a bowl game potentially in sight here. I'm gonna take the 2 touchdowns with Marshall. Moneyline live. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm not gonna say it's not because I feel like it's a sleepy spot, but I just think this Marshall team is not nearly as good as Marshall teams in the past 5 years. But I'll definitely take the 14. How about you?
This has got to be a nerve spot for JMU with Memphis falling, and now James Madison's playoff chances have skyrocketed. I don't know if I don't think they're the number 1 favorite right now, but there's a world where things are starting to fall in their direction, and there could be a bunch of not ranked group of 5 teams. This is the year that Liberty should have gone undefeated, Colby. They would have been in there. This would have been the year that they would have been like, well, everybody else stinks. We got to put them in.
Yeah.
James Madison might end up there.
They need style points.
I don't like Marshall. That's the problem. Yeah.
They need style points. Man, I don't know though.
I'll pick this one and lay it with JMU, but I don't have a bet on this, and I'm not like rushing to make sure that I get it in at 13.5. It's a look ahead spot.
The problem is with JMU's schedule, and I think that'd be great if they made the playoffs, but there's not a lot of meat on the bone this year. You look at the schedule, it's like, man, Weber State, trash FCS team. Liberty is down. Now they're still gonna have a winning record, but Liberty is down, even by their standards. Georgia Southern, trash. Georgia State, trash. Louisiana, trash. Old Dominion, all right, that's a good win. Texas State turns out to be trash. Marshall, by you beating them, if you beat them today, they're 4-5. So like you almost think like best case scenario 6-6. And currently App State and Washington State. Oh, what App State has a losing record right now. Washington State. So I mean, Coastal, the final game of the season. I don't know that they're gonna be able to get in with that resume, dude. Like as much as I want them to, and they'll probably deserve to be if they're 11-1. I think you'd have to put the AAC teams have played better schedules. So
I like hearing this. Love hearing this with a North Texas ticket that I did not rip up. That is still saved. The chances are again not the best in the world right now, but
there's a path still.
But all of these teams always get so nervous when they're finally in the position where it's like, oh, we do control our own destiny. All we have to do is win 3 more games, and then someone crosses them in the face, and if they're not ready to to answer back, or they haven't played any tough competition throughout the year. It's, you get one chance, and when the house of cards folds, it goes down quickly. I could be a little worried about that, but I don't think you should, rush to the window for this game. Marshall is a little scary, and 2 touchdowns seems beefy.
And they beat Chesney last year in a big game there. They kind of solidified the Sun Belt.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dundee, give me a second. I got to run real quick.
Sure.
30 seconds or so. You go ahead.
Good.
All good. BS the fans.
Well, the story of my life. Next up, we have Southern Miss and Arkansas State, which actually, as someone that has a future for Southern, I already cashed the over 4.5 wins, but a big one was me taking them to win the Sun Belt, right? To win the Sun Belt. And I thought we were kind of cruising. In fact, they are cruising to a certain extent, but the problem is Arkansas State has all of a sudden they're red fucking hot. I'm currently going to load up the standings here to explain what we got going here. So Arkansas State's 4-1 in conference. Southern Miss is 4-0. Troy is also 4-1. I kind of thought when Texas State was starting to fall apart, I was like, oh, Southern Miss is going to run away with the Sun Belt West. No, this actually is a gigantic game. And if you want to paint a picture of how Southern Miss does not get to the Sun Belt Championship, it's by losing today at Arkansas State. Now, I'm not going to do that. I think Southern Miss is the best team. I think they're the best coach team in the Sun Belt West, but it is a tricky game. Southern Miss is laying 6.5 right now. The over under at 55.5. This is a noon kick, which once again, I think there's major stakes. So I have a ton of money riding on this game. I'm laying it, but I was not expecting Arkansas State to be this hot right now. You got to play in this game?
Yeah. It feels like Southern Miss should be the right side, but that Jalen Rayner kid that's playing quarterback for Arkansas State has looked pretty good, especially, coming in here recently. Again, I don't have a mega nuke missile play or anything like this. I also laid Southern Miss, but this one wouldn't be surprising if Arkansas State was completely live here at home, early kick. They have looked a little bit better recently, so man, I'm in on Southern Miss.
Game. It's a sneaky game. Yeah. Shout out to Nick. Let's go Southern Miss. And then you got that all this is going on at noon, man. It's going to be hard to find the TV setup here. I was thinking about this late at 5 a.m, but Colorado West Virginia is a game I have a lot of money on. I took West Virginia minus 5.5. It's now at 6.5. Colorado's truck got stuck on a fucking hill in Morgantown. It was pretty hilarious content.
Yeah, right next to Matthew's Tacos.
There we go. Matthew's. Make sure you check out Matthew's Tacos. The chimichanga is incredible. But Dub V now laying 6.5. I just think this is the first ever start for Juju Lewis. He is a big time 5-star kid. I just don't like taking. I don't like taking quarterbacks in their first start in general. Then when you add in a cross country trip to one of the sneaky lit environments, yeah. There's just no way. I mean, I would be very impressed if they could get this one. Now, I will say West Virginia under Rich Rod so far. I expected this type of year, so there's potential to just they're not there yet, but they are. In November is when you tend to like to take West Virginia or in Rich Rod first year teams because they start to get the rhythm and tempo down of what he likes to coach. But I had to load up on Dub V. So shout out to Brandon James. Just tuned in. Damn, Colby, you look smart as hell today. Yeah, I had to do something, right? I had to do something after losing the Delaware State game last night. They were up 14-3. It was my only football loss last night, but I was super pissed off about that. Did you place a wager in this game?
I did, and I would still take West Virginia under a full touchdown. Morgantown is one of those areas that they don't ever have to make themselves better to get to your level because they just drag you down to their level. You go to Morgantown and you're not going to give a politician's speech that's going to elevate everybody's lifestyle. No, You show up as a politician, you're still leaving hammered drunk and didn't remember what happened the last 24 hours. First start, 5-star kid with a bunch of hype. Those Hilly Billies are gonna fucking be going crazy. He's not gonna even.
Especially with
He
Dion
probably
coming
has
in
no
there, you can
idea.
just-
Yeah.
This
probably
year
has
we
no
get
idea what he's
Dion
walking
coming
into.
in.
Yeah, eyes all wide, methed out. We're not even
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
We're going all night. They probably watched the whole show live last night and then rewatched it instead of going to bed, and they're just awake still, crushing it right now. Yeah, I'm with
So-
Dub V on this one. I think I would be pretty confident in the fact that you put a big wager on this one. I haven't put anything extra. This is just a normal bet for me, but I like W here. This is a total town home situation spot. Go
Yeah,
yours.
and so I went through 8 games right there. I you know, I have a 9 when I bring in the other TV, I have a 9 TV setup essentially. And it's hard because you have the Alabama St. John's game in basketball. That's gonna I want to take one of those TVs for the
It's got to
Alabama
be a
St.
TV.
John. Yeah. So and then at 1:00, my biggest wager of the year is playing. Not this game particular, but the money I have tied up in the University of Liberty is pretty astonishing. I didn't realize this, and because
awesome.
you make a bunch of bets just periodically from like May to late May or early June until August, and then like it dawns on you one day, you're like going through all your open bets, and you're like, I had Liberty to every one of these fucking parlays, right? And I did it to a lot of these. I've already lost on their season win total, but Liberty is hosting Missouri State on ESPN Plus there at 1:00, and I only have a lot of my tickets now. Some of them is to win the CUSA, but some is the more substantial ones are to make the CUSA championship game, which they are currently 3-1. Missouri State is 3-1. Now Missouri State's not eligible to make the championship game because they're in year 1. But I'm a bit terrified because Liberty lost to Jacksonville State week 2. So I need someone to fucking beat Jacksonville State. The good news is Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State play down the stretch here. But after that, Western Kentucky is 5-1. They don't play Liberty. So that's tricky. Liberty is 3-1. They did just stick like the offense. The offense came around and they just absolutely blew out Delaware last week. But there's no room for error here. I kind of thought this was going to be a breeze going through this. So I'm going to be glued to this game that kicks off at 1 p.m. Missouri State at the Flaming Libs. I am currently seeing the line at the Libs -8.5. I did bet this, I think -7.5, but still 8.5. What at this point? What the fuck's the difference? Lay the 8.5. Lock it up. I'm dying on this Flaming Libs. What are you doing here? And did you take them to win the CUSA at all?
There's a couple. Cap mentioned it the other day too that he tailed it. There were a few that were. I don't know if they're the exact same parlay, but they include Liberty to make the conference championship game. So we're in the same boat. And, this is what happens when you're a day trader. Sometimes the price goes down a little bit and you get a little discouraged. That's when you're supposed to just dump more money in. So even if they don't make the Conference USA championship game, you can have a couple of these wins coming down the end of the year, provide you some money in return.
Get your money back, right?
Yes.
Or you could just end up just completely in a tent outside of Liberty.
See, but that's the risk. Every time you log into that app, that's the risk you take. It's the little fine print. One may end up in a tent outside of it, under Highway 17 with the other 3 or 4 guys.
might have a scope and a revolver in your hands.
I was just going to say, Colby's speaking from the hill on Liberty or possibly the Temple Mount. That's Colby's up there spreading the word of the good Flamers. Oh, we got more money coming in.
Shout out to Brad Burton giving us $5. My bad. I think I clicked it. You clicked it. This is perfect. Okay, you got it. Go back. I'm drinking some bullshit Waterloo. I went to the Lou and got some Waterloo sparkling. guava berry, by the way. Natural flavoring apparently. I think it says it's from the land down under, but the land down under might be Austin, Texas. So I was talking about this recently. Like all your goddamn, I'm not sure if we talked about this on air or not, but so what? Budweiser or Bud Light is made in like Germany or some shit, right? Somewhere in Europe now, right?
Yeah, nobody complained when Anheuser-Busch got bought by the Saudis. That just occurred without anybody even bitching about it.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
throwing that in there, by the way.
but this is what so Foster's Australian lager
for beer
gets made in Canada, right? And I think I was with NC Nick. We were having beers, and I was saying I want to say it was either Sapporo or Corona.
Oh, sake bombs.
But they're made in America.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottle says like this is brewed in America. So I mean, what are we doing here with all these beers? Like this is what they're trying to do to the NFL. I believe this. Right?
No, it is. It's like the intro of basketball. The Lakers play in the Los Angeles where there are no lakes. The New Orleans Jazz went to Utah where music isn't even allowed. Like,
yeah, I mean that one's still the greatest. The Utah Jazz thing is the greatest. That is still shout out to R Right. R Right's the fucking man. Been with us for years. Appreciate that, man. Boots on the ground tonight at Cal Louisville. There we go, man. Always get out and support the games. Because that's another reason why we need the generation to go to the games, not the neutral site games, but the games on campus. But yeah, Kona beer is made in Portland. You see what I'm saying? It's like, look, if I'm gonna pay for a fucking ridiculous beer, I mean, I know some of these are cheap, but I'm saying some of them are priced like as some of the more expensive beers out there. Like when you go into a grocery store, if you took a photo, I think the last time I did, like Sapporo was more expensive than almost, I don't want to say all of them, but they were upper tier. And I was sitting there like, if you're going to pay that, can you at least make the fucking beer in Japan? You know what I mean? Like, cause I kind of want to taste Japan. All right? I know it tastes the same recipe, but I just feel like do the fucking extra work. Am I crazy here, Troy? Is this a crazy take?
This is not that crazy of a take. If you're going to pay for an imported beer, it should be fully imported and like brewed and then packaged and then sent. Like
100%, man.
Yeah, I don't think that's pretty rational, actually. I think it's crazy that we've got Hawaiian beer brewed in Canada, U.S. beer brewed in Germany, and Japanese beer brewed in the U.S. It's not that irrational to think that that's a little fucked up. It's like they just got the wheel off one turn. Like they were matched up, and then it just went like click.
It's just we've gone too far. I want to dust for Prince and make sure that you have some Japanese guy. Bottling this thing.
These rolls on these fingerprints are not Japanese. It's like true crime. You got CJ in there. He's like, no, those are a Ypsilanti person's fingers. This is very clearly not Japanese.
I love this comment here. My hometown of Wisconsin brews Arizona iced tea. What kind of horse shit is this? Right? Shout out to Sauna Pete, boots on the ground for the Augustana Carthage Kenosha or Carthage game in Kenosha. That's awesome. Take a look. If you're going to any games,
that one could be a dust up in Kenosha.
If you're going to any games, tag us at TCE on SGPN. We like that shit. So please, if you can, do that. And have I ever tried Asahi Ultra Dry? Shout out to Abner. I think I don't know about Ultra. I've tried Asahi Dry, I think, though. I mean, I can't say with 100% validity that I did, but I thought I think I have. I used to bartend at a place that was in K-Town of Los Angeles. So it was like, I know that that's not a Korean beer, but I'm saying the Asian culture is just loaded up through all these places. So I was notorious for never getting. I'll put it like this: I would go into. I'd work like a day shift at this place, and I would not come home till like 4 a.m. because you end up just having a great time in K-Town there afterwards with buddies. So I think I've tried it, but I can't say with 100% certainty. Have you?
I can tell you that I've never tried Asahi or Asahi Ultra Dry. Definitely some Sapporo, but
Oh, Asahi's
as Asian as it
good.
gets
Yeah.
here is the sushi place right next to Poppy's Pollo and Walmart. So
Hey,
not
what's that? Lee's Sushi.
what's it called? Burke Fortune House. Their sushi's actually pretty good. And
Okay. Well, you're by DC, so I feel like
the dude that runs the
Yeah.
place has gotten me back behind the counter with a whole like half of a tuna before and shown me how to slice it up and everything. And they definitely drink Sapporo behind the counter there when they're slicing up the sushi. So you get a pretty
As you
good portion
should.
size. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you go to K-Town, dude. K-Town in LA. I mean,
I
somebody
have
said
been known to fuck with some soju.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've done all that shit, but it's just after hours. One of the things I like about K-Town is I still feel like it's highly dangerous. Like as far as like just like LA has cleaned up a lot since I don't know, the homeless is still the homeless, but I'm saying like K-Town used to I've just seen a lot of shady shit late in the hours. Like there's bars that go all night and there's like high stakes poker games and shit. So it's like I like how it's kind of lawless still, or at least, as of a couple of years ago. And lawless
This is why you don't lay the points with Ole Miss.
I was about to say lawless is this game here. Maryland is at Rutgers. In a series that goes back to the 1920s. So I could see the Big Ten watching a game in 1922 being like, you know what, in 100 years, let's add these fucking schools. Rutgers is laying 2.5. I'm on Rutgers, buddy. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that should be reported. Mac telling people to lock up Mike Loxley, just in any way, shape, or form, feels like poor investment advice. I don't have anything on this game. If I was forced to pick, I would lay it with Rutgers just because I don't like Maryland. But man, this Maryland team, we knew what they were the whole time. So it's not, we should just continue to believe in what we knew about Maryland. They were completely fraudulent as they are in every beginning of the year. And now it shows. So feels like the right side would be Rutgers.
I'm using this score app to look at like my, the order of the games. And I feel like all my bets are stacked in two different areas, like game after game after game. Oregon, Iowa, Iowa State, TCU, Kansas, Arizona, Duke, UConn, Texas A&M, Missouri. I have action on all 5 games. Oregon, Iowa. Let's start there. I think Iowa is better than Oregon as a football team.
Agree.
They're playing this in Iowa City.
Agree.
Call it chalky, call it whatever. Yeah, agree. I too live dangerously. Yeah, I'll take Iowa on the money line. One of my bigger bets of the day. Yeah,
I'll stay. I like the Iowa money line. We're about to see here in the background. Let's see if the game day panel picks Oregon across the board, because it looks like right now we've got the first couple of picks coming in on Oregon. I saw something in the chat. It was way earlier. I don't even know if I'm going to try to scroll up and find it, but there's a large handle on Oregon. People just don't know about Iowa. And, Gronowski's actually a pretty solid quarterback for what they're doing there.
I knew this shit would fit. He struggled early on, but it was learning a new offense. He is the most athletic quarterback they've had in a while. I always wondered why. Like I always thought Ferentz was an athletic quarterback away from like potentially a national championship. You saw it with Brad Banks. Even like Drew Tate was a little bit athletic. Drew Tate. Drew Tate. I was thinking. I almost said Drew Stanton. But this is the most athletic one in a while. And one of the things I like about him more than the other recent Iowa quarterbacks is he doesn't turn the ball over that much, which is huge. You look back at like those Iowa losses when they were going 10-2 or 9-3 every year. It was like some of the games you're like, damn, dude, this dude 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. And you're just like, Imagine if they didn't turn the ball over. They don't even need to score.
What if you just ran it 3 times like you do every other time?
Yeah. I would like run the triple. All right. Just do not turn the ball over. I'm on Iowa today. Iowa
For
State.
what it's worth, Kirk. I was going to say, for what it's worth, everyone picked Oregon except Kirk took Iowa. Kirk has been kind of sharp in those this year, where everybody else is on Oregon. I'm a little scared of Oregon not being ready to get punched in the mouth too.
Yeah. I mean, well, Dante Moore, he's better than, so this season they haven't really played anybody, but he is better than what I anticipated for this season.
Mm-hmm.
But I still say he's not, like, I remember Dante Moore at UCLA, and it's a little unfair to say that because it was 2 years ago, but when he played like elite defenses, he struggled, and I expect that to happen today. So, he's got to prove it to me against a defense of this caliber. Iowa State's at TCU. TCU's laying 7.5. It's gone up a point. I got this at 6.5. And I know a lot of people like Matt Campbell as a dog. I traditionally do, but I don't like how many injuries have occurred on the defensive side of the ball, especially both corners, a safety.
What they say, 6 of the starting 11 from the first week are out.
I went on a TCU, man. I laid
it's
it.
a vacuum play.
Yeah.
The vacuum company has looked pretty good behind center for TCU this year too, and then you give them half of a backup defense. The whole back end,
especially against an air raid team too.
Yeah, the whole back end against a TCU team that knows how to move the ball through the air. I mean, I think at 6.5 it was a smash. I think you're still okay at 7.5, but I'm also on TCU here. This is I don't know if Iowa State can muck it up, maybe it stays within the number and it's only a field goal or something like that. But I see that back end eventually not just bending, but eventually breaking.
And then Kansas, Arizona is one that I thought the wrong team was favored. Arizona's a 4.5 point favorite. I'm on Kansas. I'm on Kansas money line. Do you have a side on that?
Man, Daniels just steals people's money and has a ton of fake hype behind him. This is a pretty good quarterback matchup between Daniels and Fafita. Like, expected a lot out of them last year. They've probably looked better this year. Even Fafita, I think, without Tet. But I'm going to roll with the Wildcats here. I don't really like. I think Leipold could be in trouble. To be honest, I know people don't want to hear it, but I don't know if there's
$300 million donation. So I think let the man cook. Let the man cook with that money.
That's probably, you got to give him at least a little more time in my mind, but it does feel like the name is starting to pop up a little bit that you wouldn't have expected. That being said, I don't know how many more people are going to want to go coach football in Lawrence, Kansas. So I would let them cook. I don't think these two teams have played yet either.
With that type of donation, I think it puts Kansas in a very interesting spot moving forward.
SMU territory now.
Yeah, like I mean that I think it's a very appealing job then moving forward. First off, I don't think Leipold. I would say he's got to hire a real defensive coordinator. Oh yeah,
900 baby.
Oh, there we go.
This one's signed, I think.
No shit. There you go. Troy's a huge Washington Capitals fan. You can catch him doing huffing paint, doing Jaeger bombs at I still call it the Cap Center.
You can call it whatever you want. It's still Verizon for me.
Yeah. Let's go. Duke and UConn. I think UConn's going to beat Duke today. That's another dog.
Yeah, this is another zigzag play. Duke last week, not really expected being on the road, and then now you zag back the other way. UConn's good, man.
Yeah, I mean they are really close to being undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
I know it says 6-3. With those 3 losses in overtime and games that a lot of them, they were kind of up big in those games. Shout out to Shay Griffin. Give us $5 as a Wisconsin fan. I think this is a game today. Cold and potentially raining. Washington team total under. Love you fellas. Fuck dome football. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
I bet you guys too, man. And I got to credit. I think it was the Bet Detective or Mac that sold me in on this, but I took the points too, man. I think that's going to be a chippy game. I do think the money line is live in that game. They announced Fickle's coming back, so maybe you get a little bit of stability within the program, within the players. Also, I don't know how good Washington really is. So let's go. Auburn Vanderbilt. I'm actually fading. This is a dangerous play. There could be a lot of piss on my face this afternoon, but I am taking DJ Durkin. I consider it similar to the Virginia Tech situation where they got rid of Brent Pry, where they went with Montgomery, who I think is a much better coach than Pry. In similar vein, I think Auburn got better at head coach. 6.5 points. Give me the Tigers. What are you doing there?
I didn't bet this one on its own, but this is the second leg of a narrative parlay that I put in with the Kent State Golden Splashes last night, and then the Pissin Pavia today. This is the Golden Shower parlay. So I'm going to need Vanderbilt to cover this, and the way that Diego Pavia made sure to get that live cover for everybody on the as a dog last week was awesome. But yeah, the Piss man's coming. You've been warning everybody for years not to get pissed on by Pavia, and now the wind's gonna blow right back in Dundee's face, trying to take a piss outside, get all over.
Look, we got to give that's a scary game. It's scary.
Yeah,
Fading my boy. LSU Alabama is one I'm taking. LSU just quickly because I want to get to our parlay, and we got 4 minutes before shit kicks off. So let's just avoid the noon games, but if you want right now, folks, SMU Temple are two that we really liked as dogs.
Yeah, I like Temple as my favorite noon play too.
Yeah. So if you want to be able to get that thing in, but I will give you a round robin. Shout out to John, Korean barbecue special. As to I'll avoid the noon slate to help you, give you time to place the bet. I'm just going to mention a few, see what we can agree on here, but I kind of think these teams are live to win today. I think Hawaii on the island against San Diego State is live to win on the money line today. Colorado State, I think they're calling for snow against UNLV. I think they're live on the money line today. This is a short little yapper, but I think Kentucky is in a good spot to potentially beat Florida. I think Wisconsin against Washington, 10.5 point dogs. It's actually gone down a tiny bit. I think they're live on the money line. I think Auburn live on the money line against Vanderbilt. UConn is live against Duke. Obviously, I just stated Kansas. I just stated Oregon. I think both those teams live. I think Tulsa at Florida Atlantic is one that I went in on. And that pretty much LSU actually. LSU is one that I also think.
There's
one
more
game coaching bump. What am I missing?
One more that's an automatic play because it's out there late night on the island.
Oh no, that's what I opened up with. That one I do think is well, so let's add that because you like that one. 5-team round robin, money line round robin, Hawaii on the island because what's another one you like? LSU?
I do like LSU. I think I like Kentucky better.
We both like UConn, right?
We do both like UConn. You also like Kentucky too, right? I like Kentucky here.
Okay, UConn, Kentucky, Hawaii. That's 3. Just 2 more. Now you could go Colorado State in the snow potentially if they're still calling for snow. I know. I thought I saw them tweet that. We disagree on Kansas, Arizona. So Iowa. Let's add Iowa to the 4th leg.
Iowa.
And 5th leg. Tulsa against Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's they're 4.5 point dogs, so it's like plus 155, 160.
If you're putting it in right at this moment, go ahead with Temple. But if you're 2 or 3 minutes behind and you don't want to play it live, I think Tulsa's a good option.
Yeah, I think that's our 5 round robin this thing. So if one burns you, you still stay alive.
What about middle?
I'm on the other side of that one.
Okay.
I'm on the other side of that. I know Max on middle, but I'm on FIU there. Folks, give Troy a follow on Twitter at Troy Tuning. We'll be back tonight talking college hoops. Our football reaction show will be Sunday morning. But we will obviously probably key in on a game or two tonight on the basketball show because we do like a 12-hour show. So check us out there. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD, youtube.com/the college experience, the college football experience on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Shout out to the donations. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate all you guys. You guys make this super cool for us. So enjoy the fucking games. Let's go. This is the college football experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking and the whole world's looking with the cameras. Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot.
Yeah, sorry we have to do the recap on Sunday mornings now because we do a 5-hour Saturday night basketball show. Sorry, fans. I won't go full Mac on you and tell you to go fuck yourselves, but we're sorry.